Oh, g'day again. Okay. What you're looking at is, got one in primer. So come around the light so you can see it. There we go. One in primer. One finished with a high heat paint. I was going to go with Potbelly Black. Just I said I've used the VHT ones and they don't last very long. Like more than anything else, they just rust through. They don't seal the metal. And yes, and so the point of paying a lot of money for something that doesn't last very long anyway. So yeah, I've gone for a cheaper brand, and I said I was going to go with a Potbelly Black, but I actually put my glasses on and read the tin, and it doesn't handle as much heat as the other paint of the same brand. So this is what I've used. It's just a Australian brand. That that coats with what we got, 540C, 1000 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, can't see it getting any hotter than that. And as I said, I didn't paint both of them just yet because I wanted to show you that I've put this red oxide primer on it. So we'll see how that goes, and hopefully it will actually prevent it rusting through the black. And what I did find too, I showed you on the previous video what I thought was flash rust. Well, we did get a little bit of flash rust, but I come to the conclusion that it wasn't actually flash rust, because like I've had flash rust before and it scrubs off real quick, real easy. This, I started to scrub it, and yeah, the areas where we did get a little bit of flash rust, it come off real quick, but the yellowy colour seemed to be like embedded right into the metal. It just wasn't going to come off. And so I come to the conclusion that it's just a stain from the acid itself, like the acid has stained the metal or it's left a residue on it. But I mean, it's neutralised, I pressure washed the entire thing, quite thoroughly, so yeah, it's no longer acidic. But yeah, I figured if it's that hard to get off, we'll leave it on there. It's not going to hurt anything. So, but yeah, so I come to the conclusion that the yellowing wasn't actually flash rust. It was either a residue left from the hydrochloric acid, or that it stained the actual metal. So yeah, the other thing I had previously welded bolts on there, and because they were very rusty, like there was barely any thread left on them. So this time I've gone with some stainless bolts. Don't have any stainless nuts as yet, but I'll get something. But so I welded new stainless bolts on there, cut the old ones off, and if you're going to do something like this, you'll be quite glad you did. Like when you're under the car lying on your back, anything that saves you time and effort is a bonus, So just not having to use two spanners or hold the bolts in while you're trying to push the pipes together with the gasket and everything, it's just makes life a whole lot easier. It's well worth doing. So yeah, and the other thing, if you are going to weld bolts or weld nuts, like I had nuts on here when I did them up to keep them in place. Well, this one here actually does look a little bit crooked, so I don't know how that worked out. The nuts usually hold them straight, but we'll see how I go. If it becomes a problem with fitting the other pipe or getting the gasket on, I'll make a bit of pipe over it and bend it back. But yeah, Anyway, the point I was going to make is if you're going to weld nuts or bolts in, don't tighten the nuts up. Or don't tighten them up, just do them up finger tight. Because if you do them up tight, when you put the heat on them, it's going to pull the thread out or distort the thread. So, yeah, it's just something to keep in mind. Just do them up finger tight. Yeah, and of course I went looking for bolts to bolt them on, and I'm short of a whole lot of bolts. And yeah, then I remembered that the bolts on this were so rusty that I threw them away when I took them off. Threw them straight in the bin. So yeah, I've had to go and buy some new bolts for it. And yeah, hopefully have them on soon. I did want to change to a twin system. I got a single system on here, but yeah, given all the other costs and the things that I can't afford at the moment, I'm just gonna stick them back on for the time being. There, I mean, yeah, there's no holes in them. I'll get through rego with that. But yeah, I won't bother cleaning them up at the moment. So. But yeah, I'll put the single system back on for the time being. Yeah, I've also started soaking one of my seats back. So that's the driver's seat back. That's been there overnight. It's not quite as clean as I'd like it yet. I said I did. I got this brush here. I've gone over it here, and yeah, there's still a fair bit of rust stuck to it. I'm surprised it actually hasn't eaten the ropes yet. I should have taken them ropes off, but yeah. But yeah, the wires are all busted anyway, especially on the other piece. So yeah, I'll be taking them off anyway. I'll put some sort of mesh on there, wire mesh or something. But yeah, the reason I want these to be very clean before I pull them out over here is that these have enclosed panels that you can't get to, so I want to make sure all the rust can wash out from the inside. And yeah, I bought some fish oil, so I'm gonna pressure spray some fish oil down inside the bits that I can't get to, make sure it doesn't rust out again on the internal. These are I'm gonna make a video on this, so I'll do it. Wait, it'll be a little while, probably a few weeks till I get these cleaned up and painted. What I've done is I've used the backs of a set of buckets. I had a set of buckets. The vinyl was a bit torn anyway, but I had them in the roof of my bottom shed, and the rats chewed them to pieces. So, but yeah, what I've done is I've used the backing of the buckets, and I've fitted them onto the base of my bench. I cut the back off the bench, and so I've got split reclining bench. The passenger and the middle seat, or middle part of the seat, are now joined together. And but yeah, they can adjust, wind back and forward, separate to the driver's seat. So yeah, that was one drawback I found to having the bench in it. Like, I put a bench in it so I can carry my two boys at once, so three of us can get in there. But yeah, I found it a bit of a drawback in that it's fixed in one position. You can't wind it back and forth. And the other drawback too is that if you want to load something into the van that's a long length, then it's sitting on top of the seat and making it dirty, damaging it, whatever, taking a risk, and in one case actually I had a long beam, a trailer beam in there, and I was pushing it up on top of the passenger seat from the back, and I just very lightly bumped the windscreen and cracked it. There's no strength whatsoever on the inside of a windscreen. But yeah, so the point I'm getting to, in that being able to lay the passenger seat flat, lay it forward, it means I can also load longer pieces of whatever, timber, metal, anything, in the back. So Yeah, I think there might be an issue with rego on that. I think seats have to be engineered if you change them. So anyway, I'm going to get around that by I'll just put a bench seat cover on over the. Yeah, that way the rego bloke won't be any the wiser. It'll just look like a regular bench. But anyway, as I said, I'll make a separate video when I get it cleaned up and painted and yeah, get the frame part at least put together. So anyway, I'll leave it at that, and catch you next one. So thanks for watching. Bye.